Welcome to my channel, Valuable Coins All World. If you've ever wondered if those old coins you have lying around could be worth a fortune, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into some of the rarest US coins, revealing their jaw-dropping values that will leave you amazed. Stick with us till the end. You won't want to miss what these hidden treasures could be worth. Let's get started. Top 1. There are few objects in everyday life is overlooked. It is deeply connected to history as the humble penny. It's a coin that most people pass over without a second thought, dropped in change jars, lost under couch cushions, or left at checkout counters. But what if one of those pennies turned out to be worth a small fortune? That's exactly the case with the rare and remarkable 1963 Lincoln 1-cent penny with the D mint mark. While it might seem like just another copper coin, this specific penny has captured the attention of collectors around the world, not only for its classic design and historic background, but also because of its surprising potential value. Up to $125,000. The story of this coin begins in 1963, a year that was as rich in history as it was in coins. The United States was entering a time of transformation. John F. Kennedy was still president, civil rights movements were gaining momentum, and the country stood on the brink of monumental social and political change. In the middle of all this, the U.S. Mint continued its regular operations, and in Denver, the facility produced millions of Lincoln pennies marked with the small but significant D beneath the year. This penny features the iconic right-facing bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side. Sculpted by Victor David Brenner, this portrait had already been in circulation since 1909, created to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Lincoln's image remains one of the most enduring on U.S. coinage, a reminder of unity, leadership, and the preservation of the Union. His calm, resolute expression immortalized in copper symbolizes a nation shaped through struggle and strength. On the reverse of the coin, you'll find the elegant Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to replace the original wheat ears. This change wasn't just cosmetic, it was symbolic. While the wheat ears represented growth and prosperity, the Lincoln Memorial represented honor, remembrance, and national pride. If you look closely, you can even spot the tiny figure of the Lincoln statue seated inside the memorial, a stunning detail given the coin's small size. The 1963 D Lincoln penny comes with very specific physical traits. It weighs 3.11 grams, measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and has a thickness of 1.55 millimeters. Its round shape is standard for all U.S. cents, but its color, an attractive red-brown, is what often catches the eye of collectors. This red-brown hue indicates a coin that has aged gracefully while retaining a good deal of its original copper luster. It's a sign that the penny was stored well, protected from moisture and damage, and possibly never even circulated. Though most 1963 D Lincoln pennies are still only worth face value, there are some very rare exceptions. Those struck with unique mint errors, preserved in immaculate condition, or possessing qualities that set them far apart from the rest. In rare cases, coins from this year and mint have shown evidence of double die obverse, off-center strikes, and die breaks. These small production mistakes can drastically increase a coin's desirability and value. Each error is like a fingerprint, completely unique and impossible to duplicate, making those coins a once-in-a-lifetime find. Then there's the matter of condition. In numismatics, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with mint state, MS, coins graded 60 and above being considered uncirculated. A 1963 D penny graded MS, 65 or higher, with its sharp strike, clean surfaces, and deep red-brown tone, becomes a highly coveted item among collectors. When combined with rarity or an error, the value can soar exponentially. This penny also holds historical value beyond its metal composition. It was struck during the final year before a series of dramatic national events. Just months after the coin's release, President John F. Kennedy would be assassinated, plunging the country into mourning and reflection. Owning a coin from 1963 is like holding a small artifact from the last moments of that era, before America would be changed forever. That emotional connection is something collectors deeply appreciate. The joy of collecting coins is not just in owning metal, it's in holding history, uncovering stories, and maybe, just maybe, stumbling upon a treasure. Imagine finding a 1963 D penny in your grandfather's old cigar box or inside a forgotten coin jar in the attic. What appears to be a simple cent could turn out to be something far more valuable. It could be the one rare piece that escaped circulation in perfect condition, or perhaps a mint error that makes it one of a kind. Stories continue to emerge of such discoveries. Collectors have found pristine 1963 D. Lincoln pennies in sealed mint sets or hidden away in untouched bankrolls. Some have taken their coins to professional grading services, only to discover they owned a gem worth thousands, sometimes even tens of thousands. And in the most extraordinary cases, the value of such a coin has climbed to astounding heights. So, how much could this penny be worth? If you were fortunate enough to possess a 1963 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny in mint state condition, with rich red-brown coloration and a rare mint error, you might be holding a piece worth up to $125,000. Yes, $125,000 for a single penny. It's incredible to think that something so small, something so often ignored, could carry such massive value. But that's the magic of coin collecting. It reminds us that value isn't always obvious. Sometimes, the most valuable things are hiding in plain sight, disguised as something ordinary, waiting for someone with a keen eye and a bit of knowledge to uncover their true worth. So the next time you come across an old penny from 1963, especially one marked with a little d below the date, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. You might be holding not just a coin, but a piece of history, a rare treasure that, in the world of numismatics, could be worth $125,000. Top 2. In the captivating and ever-evolving world of coin collecting, certain coins stand out not just because of their age or appearance, but because of the hidden stories they carry, the historical moments they represent, and the surprises they sometimes hold. One such fascinating coin is the 1973 Lincoln 1-cent penny with the D mint mark. At first glance, it may seem like just another ordinary penny, casually passed from hand to hand in the hustle of daily life. But dig a little deeper, and you'll discover that this humble coin has captured the attention of collectors, historians, and investors alike for some very exciting reasons. The 1973 D. Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint during a time when the United States was experiencing great change. The Vietnam War was nearing its end, the Watergate scandal was about to shake the White House, and the American people were navigating a rapidly shifting cultural and economic landscape. Amidst this backdrop, millions of Lincoln cents were produced, but only a select few were destined to become highly sought-after collector's items. This particular coin features the iconic right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which first appeared on the penny in 1909. Even decades later, this design remained a powerful tribute to one of the most beloved presidents in American history. The reverse of the coin showcases the Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959, beautifully capturing another American landmark that symbolizes freedom and national unity. Together, these two images make the Lincoln cent not just a currency, but a miniature piece of American heritage. Now let's look at the physical specifications that define this penny. The 1973 D. Lincoln penny has a weight of 3.11 grams, a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.55 millimeters. It is round in shape and possesses a red-brown color, a striking hue that often signals the coin has been preserved in relatively good condition. Its composition is copper-plated zinc, a formulation that had become standard by this time. These basic details may sound technical, but they're the building blocks of what makes this coin so special in the eyes of collectors. What transforms a regular 1973 D penny into a treasure worth thousands is a combination of condition, rarity, and most importantly, errors. While the Denver Mint was known for producing high quantities of coins with precision, no minting facility is immune to the occasional mistake. Over the years, collectors have discovered rare error versions of the 1973 D penny. These errors may include double dies, off-center strikes, die breaks, and even coins struck on the wrong planchet. Such anomalies are rare, but when found, they turn the coin into a unique collectible piece, essentially a one-of-a-kind artifact. Collectors especially prize coins that are in mint state, often graded MS 65 or higher. These are coins that have never been circulated, showing no signs of wear, and preserving their original luster and details. The red-brown coloration plays an important role here, too. Coins that have aged gracefully with minimal discoloration are always more desirable. When these elements, error, condition, and color combine in a single coin, the value can skyrocket. Beyond physical traits, the historical context of 1973 adds another layer of intrigue to this penny. It was a year of political tension, economic challenges, and social shifts. Holding a 1973 penny is like holding a small, copper time capsule, an object that witnessed the anxieties and hopes of a generation. Every nick, edge, and detail of the coin carries with it a silent story from a bygone era. The thrill of coin collecting often lies in the hunt, digging through old drawers, examining inherited coin jars, or buying unsearched rolls in hopes of finding that one extraordinary piece. The 1973 D. Lincoln penny has fueled that excitement for many, as rumors of rare variants and high auction prices continue to circulate through the numismatic community. When collectors find a coin with the right combination of rarity and preservation, the market is ready to reward it handsomely. And just how much can one of these special 1973 D. Lincoln 1-cent pennies be worth? The answer might surprise you. In exceptional cases, when the coin features a rare error, maintains a pristine red-brown finish, and has been professionally graded at a high mint state, it can reach an astounding value. One such coin has been valued at an incredible $105,000. Yes, $105,000 for a single penny that might have once been overlooked, spent on candy, or tossed into a change jar without a second thought. It's a powerful reminder that hidden treasures are all around us, sometimes disguised as something as simple and ordinary as a 1-cent coin. So the next time you come across a 1973 penny with the tiny D mint mark just below the date, pause for a moment. Examine it closely. You might be holding more than just spare change. You might be holding a piece of history, a rare collectible, and quite possibly a coin worth $105,000. Top 3. In the rich tapestry of American coinage, few coins have earned as much admiration and historical importance as the Lincoln 1-cent penny. Since its introduction in 1909, this coin has become a symbol of endurance, patriotism, and legacy. And among the countless variations minted over the decades, some dates have stood out as particularly captivating to collectors. One such example is the 1975 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, a coin that may look simple at first glance but holds extraordinary appeal for those who understand the mysteries of numismatics. The 1975 Lincoln penny represents a moment frozen in time. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, hence the absence of a mint mark, this penny was released during an era of transformation in the United States. The Vietnam War had officially ended, the nation was still healing from the Watergate scandal, and Americans were grappling with a wave of economic uncertainty. Amidst all this, the U.S. Mint continued its regular operations, producing billions of coins, including the very penny that would quietly find its way into the hands and pockets of everyday citizens. This coin features the iconic right-facing bust of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This same image has graced the front of the penny since its inception in 1909, making it the longest-running design in American coin history. Lincoln's strong yet thoughtful gaze reminds every holder of this coin of his role in preserving the Union and ending slavery, a fitting tribute that elevates even the most ordinary penny into a piece of historical art. Turn the coin over, and you'll find the stately Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The reverse is meticulously detailed, and with the right magnification, you can even spot the tiny figure of the Lincoln statue nestled between the columns. This miniature monument adds depth and dimension to the coin, making it both symbolic and visually compelling. Let's delve into the physical characteristics of this intriguing coin. The 1975 Lincoln penny weighs 3.11 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, and measures 1.55 millimeters in thickness. It is round in shape and boasts a red-brown color that reflects its age and composition. The copper-plated zinc surface of the coin gives it a unique hue that can range from a warm reddish tone to a slightly darker brown, depending on how it was stored and preserved over the years. While the composition may seem standard, it's this exact combination of materials and the era it was minted in that makes certain 1975 pennies especially attractive to collectors. One of the most compelling aspects of the 1975 no mint mark Lincoln penny is its potential rarity. While millions were minted, only a small percentage have survived in pristine condition. Even fewer have survived with unusual minting errors, anomalies that occurred during the coin's production that turn an everyday penny into a numismatic masterpiece. Collectors have discovered 1975 pennies with double dies, off-center strikes, repunched dates, and other minting quirks that dramatically increase the coin's value. These errors are often not visible at first glance but reveal themselves under magnification or professional grading, turning a coin worth 1 cent into a collector's dream. Condition is another crucial factor when it comes to determining a penny's value. Coins that have never been circulated, known as mint state coins, are graded on a scale from MS-60 to MS-70. Those graded MS-65 or higher are considered exceptional and are the most desirable among serious collectors. A 1975 Lincoln penny in mint state, with its original luster, sharp strike, and vivid red-brown color, is a truly rare find. When you combine this level of preservation with a significant error, the result can be nothing short of remarkable. Historical context also plays a powerful role in the appeal of the 1975 penny. The mid-70s were a time of reflection and reinvention in America. The nation was celebrating its upcoming bicentennial, technology was beginning to evolve at a rapid pace, and the economy was shifting dramatically. To hold a coin from 1975 is to hold a piece of a pivotal decade, one filled with stories, transformations, and defining moments. It's a coin that doesn't just carry monetary value, it carries the weight of American experience. Across the coin collecting community, stories continue to circulate about 1975 Lincoln pennies being found in pocket change, inherited collections, or forgotten piggy banks. These discoveries often come with a jolt of excitement, because once properly identified, a coin like this can fetch a fortune. The thrill of the search, the hope of unearthing a gem from the past, is what keeps collectors going. But what's the ultimate value of a 1975 Lincoln penny with no mint mark? When all the right factors align, an exceptionally well-preserved coin, a rare and noticeable mint error, and strong collector demand, the result can be truly astonishing. In certain cases, such a coin has reached the impressive market price of $100,000. Yes, $100,000 for a single penny. It's a reminder that some of the most valuable treasures in life can come in the smallest forms. That coin sitting quietly in a box, stored away in a drawer, or rattling in your change jar could be worth far more than its face value. So next time you come across a 1975 penny with no mint mark, take a moment to examine it. You may just be holding history in your hand, a relic from a remarkable time, a rare minting marvel, and perhaps a coin worth $100,000. Top 4. In the fascinating universe of American coinage, few coins capture the enduring attention of collectors quite like the Lincoln 1-cent penny. This humble copper coin, small in size but rich in symbolism, has been part of the nation's currency since 1909. And while millions upon millions have been minted over the decades, certain years and specific versions stand out as extraordinary. One such coin is the 1976 Lincoln 1-cent penny with the D mint mark. Though often overlooked in daily life, this particular coin holds stories, historical value, and in rare cases, significant monetary worth. The year 1976 was a monumental time in American history. The United States was celebrating its bicentennial, 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Across the country, there was a spirit of patriotism, pride, and remembrance. From parades to fireworks, from commemorative stamps to limited edition quarters, the entire nation was in celebration mode. Interestingly, even though the Lincoln penny design remained unchanged that year, coins minted in 1976 took on a symbolic importance simply because of the historical milestone they coincided with, the 1976 D. Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the small d beneath the date on the obverse side. The obverse features the familiar and iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln's profile, facing right, is more than just a design. It is a tribute to leadership, resilience, and unity. It is the first time a real person was featured on a U.S. circulating coin, and it's remained ever since, becoming one of the most recognized images in American coinage. On the reverse side of the 1976 penny, the Lincoln Memorial stands tall and elegant. Designed by Frank Gasparo and introduced in 1959, this image replaced the earlier wheat ears design and offers a stunning tribute to another national landmark. Hidden between the columns of the memorial, one can even see a tiny engraving of the seated Lincoln statue, an impressive detail for such a small coin. Now let's look closely at the physical properties of this particular coin. The 1976 D. Lincoln penny weighs 3.11 grams and measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter with a thickness of 1.55 millimeters. It is round in shape and colored red-brown due to its composition, which is copper-plated zinc. This reddish hue, depending on how the coin is aged and been stored, can give the penny a beautiful vintage glow that collectors admire. Although the mint produced a large number of pennies in 1976, most circulated heavily, leaving very few in pristine condition. What makes the 1976 D. Lincoln penny especially valuable is a rare combination of preservation, historical timing, and, in some exceptional cases, striking errors. While the Denver Mint was known for its high production standards, errors still occurred. These include double dice, where parts of the design appear slightly duplicated, off-center strikes, where the image is not properly aligned on the coin, and die cracks, where flaws in the minting die leave unique patterns across the coin's surface. These errors are rare, and when discovered, they transform an ordinary penny into a unique collectible. But even without an error, a 1976 D penny in flawless condition, especially one graded MS-65 or higher, can command significant attention. Coins that have never entered circulation and retain their original mint luster are highly sought after by collectors. Combine that with the patriotic significance of the bicentennial year and the strong demand for Lincoln cents, and it becomes clear why this coin is so desirable. Collectors around the world continue to hunt for high-grade specimens of the 1976 D penny. Some come across them in inherited collections, tucked away for decades in family albums. Others find them in old coin rolls purchased from banks or auctioned online. The thrill of discovery, the moment when a rare coin is identified and its value revealed, is one of the great joys of numismatics. And now we come to the question that often sparks the most curiosity. What is a 1976 D. Lincoln penny really worth? The answer depends on condition, rarity, and whether it possesses any mint errors. But in some exceptional cases, a 1976 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny with superb preservation and rare minting characteristics has fetched a stunning value of $95,000. Yes, that's right. $95,000 for a single penny. A coin that may have once slipped through a cashier's drawer or sat unnoticed in a change jar could now be worth a small fortune. It's a powerful reminder that even the smallest things in life can carry great worth when history, rarity, and collector demand come together. So the next time you come across a 1976 Lincoln penny with the Denver D mint mark, don't dismiss it as ordinary change. Take a moment to examine it. Look for the quality of its color, the sharpness of its strike, and any signs of unusual features. Because you might just be holding not only a piece of American history, but a treasure valued at $95,000. Top 5. In the grand saga of American currency, few coins have been as iconic, enduring, and surprisingly valuable as the Lincoln 1-cent penny. Born in 1909 to honor the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this modest coin has passed through the hands of millions, often unnoticed, often underappreciated. But among the billions minted over the decades, certain years have emerged with peculiar charm, hidden rarity, and exceptional collector value. One of the most fascinating and highly sought after is the 1982 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. At first glance, a 1982 penny may seem completely ordinary. After all, this was not a year of national revolution or economic upheaval. It was a time when Ronald Reagan was early in his presidency, personal computers were just beginning to enter households, and the compact disc had just made its debut. The world was changing rapidly, and so was American coinage. In fact, 1982 marked one of the most significant turning points in the history of the Lincoln cent. A shift in its very composition. Up until that year, Lincoln pennies were primarily made of 95% copper. But due to rising copper prices and the increasing cost of minting, the U.S. Mint made a decision that would change everything. Midway through 1982, they transitioned the composition of the penny to copper-plated zinc. This shift wasn't announced with much fanfare at the time, but it left behind an incredible and complex legacy for collectors. Multiple varieties of the same year's penny, with different metal compositions, weights, and even subtle design changes. The penny in question, the 1982 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent coin, has a copper-plated zinc composition. It weighs 3.11 grams, features a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.55 millimeters. Its warm red-brown color gives it that unmistakable aged copper charm that collectors love. But what makes this coin especially intriguing is that it comes from a year when both copper and zinc compositions were in use. This led to the production of 7 different varieties of the 1982 Lincoln cent: large date copper, small date copper, large date zinc, small date zinc, and more, with and without mint marks. Among these, the no mint mark zinc penny with the large date or small date depending on its weight and die variety, can be extremely valuable, particularly in high grades. Some rare transitional errors have also been reported, where the coin may have been struck on the wrong planchet or exhibits die doubling or other unusual traits. These are not easy to spot with the naked eye, but can be identified under magnification or with the help of professional grading services. It's this complexity and mystery surrounding the 1982 Lincoln cent that makes it such a hot topic in numismatic circles. Beyond its technical details, this penny holds a special place in American history simply because of the year it represents. 1982 was a bridge between old and new, not only in coin composition but in American life. From the economic recovery beginning under Reaganomics to the explosion of pop culture and technology, the early 80s were a launching pad for the modern era. Holding a 1982 penny is like holding a tiny copper token of that transition. What truly excites collectors, however, is the possibility of discovering a rare and valuable variation. Some of the most desirable examples of the 1982 no mint mark penny are those struck on bronze planchets instead of the expected copper-plated zinc ones. These transitional error coins were struck in extremely limited numbers, possibly by accident during the metal switchover, and they are incredibly rare. When found in high mint state condition with clear strikes and rich color, they become treasures worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. There have been cases where these coins, once dismissed as pocket change, were carefully examined, authenticated, and found to be worth a fortune. Collectors have discovered them in coin rolls, old change jars, or inherited collections, never realizing they held something special until a closer look revealed the truth. It's discoveries like these that keep the coin collecting community buzzing with excitement and hope. Every ordinary coin has the potential to be extraordinary, and the 1982 penny is the perfect example of that possibility. So what is the true value of this unassuming, red-brown penny from 1982 with no mint mark? When all the right factors come together, correct composition, rare variety, near-perfect condition, and historical significance, it can command an astonishing price. In one extraordinary case, a 1982 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny was valued at an incredible $75,000. Yes, you heard that right, $75,000 for a single penny. This isn't just a story about copper and zinc. It's a reminder of how the tiniest details, often overlooked by the average person, can hold massive value for those who take the time to learn, examine, and treasure the past. It's a story about history, about change, and about the surprises that lie hidden in plain sight. So the next time you come across a 1982 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, take a closer look. You might be holding a small piece of American history, a fascinating chapter of numismatic evolution, and if you're lucky, perhaps even a coin worth $75,000.